Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Jessica and today we're going to be covering gym tips for beginners. I've been in the gym consistently for about 3 years now. I wouldn't call myself an expert, but I'm definitely not a beginner. I started the gym essentially because I wanted to be fine. I wanted to be fine. I would catch myself looking in the mirror and not liking the way that I look, not liking the way that my body was. To give you an idea, I'm 5'10". When I started the gym, I was 120 pounds. When somebody as tall as me, 120 pounds is very petite. I was skinny. Currently, I'm 155 pounds and I like my body a lot more. And that's not to say that there's anything wrong with wanting to be on the smaller side. I think that if you want to be 120 pounds and it's a healthy weight for you and you're doing it in a healthy way, I think that's totally fine. What's important is that you feel good in your skin. When I started the gym, I didn't feel good in my skin. And so I signed up. For one, I would say figure out what exactly your body goal is. When I started the gym, I knew I wanted to get bigger. I didn't really have sort of like an image in my head or an exact number of how much bigger I wanted to get. It's really important at the beginning to know right away what you want your body to look like, what your goals are in the long run, because it makes it easier for you to set up a gym plan, which is why it's so important as a beginner in the gym. First, just figure out exactly what you want. What is your goal? Why are you in the gym? Once you've figured out what you want, now we can get into actually making a plan around that. What I recommend is definitely looking into how much you need to eat and how you need to eat. What I did is I went online and I Googled one of those macro calculators. I have some that are paid and some that are free. Once I found a website, it asked me things like how old I was I a man or a woman, my current weight was, what my goal weight was, and they put all that in the calculator. It gives you a number. And that number usually tells you how much protein you need to take in, how many calories you need to eat in order to get to your goal weight. Eating properly is a huge part of your fitness journey. Working out is super important. If you're not eating right, there's almost no point in working out at all. You won't get to your goals without the proper nutrition. And you want to start building, figure out what days you want to do legs, what days you want to do glutes, what days you want to do upper body, what days you want to do cardio. And then you choose exercises that target those areas and put them in. The mistake I made when I started the gym is I just walked in without a plan and I just started using as many machines as I could. That was wrong. You really want to go in with a plan. A quick gym tip that is going to curb your learning process is that you don't need 10 million exercises. Usually on my leg and glute day, I'll do 4 to 5 exercises that target those areas. And as long as I'm fully completing those exercises and really pushing myself for those gains, 4 to 5 exercises is super effective. It's also going to be a lot easier to maintain. This takes me into the next tip. When you start in the gym, leave your ego at the door. What I mean by that is you're a beginner in the gym and you should think of yourself as a beginner in the gym. Your main focus as a beginner is to make sure that you're executing all the exercises properly, which means that a lot of the time you're going to start at a very low weight. Remember, the focus is to do the exercise properly first so that you can get the most out of it. There's no point in putting a lot of weight on a machine, doing a heavy squat, and you're not doing the squat properly. It increases your chances of injury, and because you're not doing the exercise properly, the muscles are not being targeted properly, which equals no gains. When I first started the gym, the first 8 months, I was doing a bunch of exercises. I wasn't executing the exercises properly. I also wasn't pushing myself to failure. After a few months, I was wondering like, how come my booty's not getting fat? How come my legs don't look nice? How come I still look the same? And I talked to a high school friend of mine who was really into fitness. That's when I made the realization that one, I was too focused on doing a bunch of exercises and doing heavy weight instead of executing the exercises properly. Two, I wasn't pushing myself the way I need to in order to actually see gains. You start the gym, it's kind of tough because you see all these big people and they're pushing weight and you just want to get there. But you have to consider that most of these people in the gym had to start somewhere, had to start exactly where you're starting. Focus on doing the exercises right, and then when you know you have the exercises down properly, increase the weight. My next tip is for my anxious babes, because when I started the gym and even now sometimes I still get anxious. You're nervous about people staring at you, people laughing at you if you're not doing something correctly. Anxious people are just very, very self-aware. And I get it. Trust me, I get it, but don't let the anxiety get in the way of you being the baddest this summer. What I recommend is dressing super comfortably. For me, when I started the gym, that meant jogging pants and a big hoodie. I used to wear a cap that hid my face, and I had my headphones in, blasting music as soon as I walked in. Because I was comfortable and I didn't feel like anybody was able to kind of like stare at my physique or rate my physique, I was able to focus on just doing my exercises and pushing myself in the gym. It just became a lot easier. If wearing those two-piece cute gym outfits that you see girlies wearing, New Balances with the little socks, if that's what gets you to the gym, then do that. Because at the end of the day, it's about you. You don't need to dress like everybody else in the gym. You just need to dress in what makes you comfortable. Obviously, you have to follow the gym rules. Don't show up in a thong, but you can totally be comfortable in the gym. Don't worry about other people's expectations when it comes to what you're wearing. It's gonna bring your anxiety down at least halfway. I can't promise that you're never gonna be anxious going into the gym. There are times that I still get anxious, but there are always things that you can do that can help with that anxiety. My last tip, really going to help you if you're online. We all compare ourselves to other people, especially online. What I found myself doing in the beginning was comparing myself to people who had bodies at the beginning of their fitness journey that wasn't similar to mine. I do not have extremely wide hips. I would compare myself to girls in the gym who started off with extremely wide hips, and I would think to myself like, okay, I'm gonna build my hips in the gym. Like, no. First of all, you can't really build hip bones in the gym. And secondly, even though I can build the muscle around it, I probably won't be able to look like her because she already has the hips. She was born with it. So what I started to do instead is I started to compare myself to girls who started off with the body type that I have. Belzebobo, I think that's how you say it, is a perfect example of this. I was able to go back on her Instagram and see exactly where she started off in her fitness journey. And when I saw the original pictures of her, I thought to myself, that is my body. Now when I look at her body, I think, oh my God, it's incredible. But also just knowing that it's something I can achieve because she's similar to me in body type is super important. You really have to be careful when you're scrolling down and you're looking at all these fitness people, because there are loads of different types of fitness and there's a lot going on in the background that you're just not aware of. There are people in the gym who have had surgeries. There are people on steroids. There are people who are competing and have a very restrictive diet. There's all kinds of fitness. I would tell you not to compare yourself to people online, but the truth is it's gonna happen at some point. So my tip is, when you are comparing yourself to people online, make sure it's people who have grown organically when it comes to their weight, and also make sure that it's people who have a similar body type to you. It's gonna help your confidence a whole lot. And honestly, once I started building up my body, I slowly stopped comparing myself to these other people and kind of just worked on chiseling myself. Kind of like I became my own muse in a sense. I feel like that kind of happens to everybody at a certain point in the gym. Before I end this video, remember that it's not meant to be easy. It's really easy to turn around and tell somebody that they're lazy because they're not going to the gym, because they're not working out and all this stuff. But the truth is that making such a huge lifestyle change is not easy. It never is. You have to be consistent. You have to make sacrifices within your schedule, and it is going to be hard. You have to push yourself. If you start going to the gym this week and then in 3 weeks all of a sudden you fall off, don't beat yourself up. Just get back up and try again. Life happens, and sometimes you just can't keep up. What's important is that you don't give up on your goals. The gym's going to teach you discipline and resistance. As you can probably guess, I'm definitely going to the gym today. It's an addiction at this point. But thank you for watching this video. Share with a friend if they need the encouragement, and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more of my face. Bye!